Dan Illman here with the DRF race of the day for Tuesday, November the 29th. Two-year-olds running for $200,000 in Parx Racing's Pennsylvania Nursery, carded as race number 10. Let's take a look at this field. Please scan the QR code for race of the day access on your mobile devices. This is a wide open race, a big field, and some talented Pennsylvania-bred two-year-olds going 7/8 of a mile. Undefeated two-year-olds. The two 90% Maddie, the 7 Gordy and Not, unbeaten from 3 lifetime starts each. The 12 Winning Time, an impressive debut winner, now stretching out to 7 furlongs for his first start against non-maidens. There should be some pace in this race. We throw up the Timeform US pace projector. Some of these horses stretching out to 7 for the first time. Some of them have shown a lot of speed, and the 12 Winning Time, who is expected to be the primary pace setter, is really going to have to hustle from this outside post to get position. So yes, I agree with the red bar designation from Timeform US. This pace should be solid. A horse that was on the lead in his most recent race is the number 1, Keith Sen's Hello. Let's watch his most recent race. They dropped him into the waiver maiden after finishing second in both the Prince Lucky and the Whistle Pig Stakes. So this horse has some quality, and he was just too much for these horses at 1 to 5. Now, this was not a strong field that Keith Sen's Hello defeated. 3 next out starters, none hit the board. Top buyer of those 3, 33. So he's going to be stepping up against horses like Gordy Knot and 90% Maddie and horses that have beaten him in the past. But he's been close in the past. He'll have to break from the inside post and will likely have to do it a different way than those pace-pressing tactics of last time. I just don't think he's as fast as some of the other speedsters in this field. The 2 is 90% Maddie, and 90% Maddie, he's 3 for 3, but he's had a very eventful fall for trainer Butch Reed. He won his first 2 starts, and he was going to be the favorite in the 2-year-old stakes race for Pennsylvania breds on Pennsylvania Derby Day. And he was the favorite during the warm-up, and then he was scratched by the track vet. Butch Reed said he had a bruised foot. He came back off the layoff in this race, first level allowance. He went off at 3 to 10. He did not break well from the inside post, got through on the inside to find a tracking spot in the pocket, got outside, and although late to change leads, he was too much for this weaker group. It was nice to see him come back with a strong performance. He is bred to go the extra furlong, and the Butch Reed barn has just been on absolute fire. You can click on his name in your free formulator past performances. Over the last month, 8 for 20, 40% winning percentage, $4.02 ROI, stakes wins last week at Aqueduct, Parx, and Mahoning Valley. It's the 2 90% Maddie, a horse that has the tactical speed to sit just off the early pace. The 3 is All Eyes on You. Let's watch this colt's maiden win. He's a son of Street Sense, and he scored over a muddy track last time out with a career-best 73 Beyer speed figure. The pace was not fast. They went almost 47 seconds to the half. All Eyes on You was close to the pace, and he's very game to get the nod at the wire. Now, he's going to be facing a much faster pace scenario this time around. He's likely going to have to come from out of it. He has shown a little bit of ability in the past, however, and that last race was a nice step up from a Beyer speed figure standpoint. He must prove it wasn't just a mud-aided performance. The 4 is Picture This. This is a horse that Michael Matz told me earlier this week was very green. He actually was set to make a debut at Delaware, and he was in the gate, and then he sat down in the gate and had to be scratched. He was very green when beaten in his career debut. Since then, he's gotten a little bit better. He's won his last 2 races at Delaware, including this race, 2 life optional claimer, and he showed good speed in his last 2 races. Here he's on the lead turning into the stretch. You see he's late to make his final lead change, but he does so, and he scores at 5 to 1 over a field that frankly isn't as good as the field he's going to be facing on Tuesday. And also, the pace was nice and easy for him last time out. He almost went 23 and slow for the opening quarter mile. So he'll have to go quicker. Timeform US believes he does have the chops to go faster early. They have him second after the pace call in Timeform. Picture This seems to be improving by leaps and bounds with each start. Comes off a 79 Beyer, makes him very competitive. The 5 is Respirator is still a maiden after 4 lifetime starts. Not only is he still a maiden, he's seeking his first top 3 finish. He's been beaten by several of these horses already. I'll take a wait-and-see approach. He's a big price on the morning line at 20 to 1. Painted Warrior, debut winner coming from off the pace at Presque Isle Downs in his 2nd lifetime start. They ran him in the Mark McDermott Stakes at Presque Isle, and he showed a lot better speed. And I always think it's a nice angle. When 2-year-olds or young horses, they show improved speed in their 2nd lifetime start. It was a a very fast-paced race, the McDermott. It was won by Gordian Knot, who came from off of it, and I think Painted Warrior deserves a little bit of a mulligan. He looked so good coming from off the pace, and then last time out, that fast pace really cooked him. He's going to be trying dirt for the first time. I don't mind synthetic horses moving to the dirt, especially a horse with a dirt pedigree like Painted Warrior. I think they revert to the closing tactics that worked so well for him in his career debut. He's a price, he could be running late, and he's a horse that could spice up your single race exotics at the very least. Gordian Knot is up next for trainer Lupe Preciado. This horse has raced 3 times already. He is a big, strong gelding. 7 furlongs shouldn't be a problem. He has now won stakes races on dirt, stakes races on synth. He did get a setup last time out in the McDermott at Presque Isle Downs. The pace was fast. He rated off. He closed and won as much the best. This is a stronger field than the field he faced in the McDermott over synthetic. He's a very professional horse, however. I think he's going to sit just off the pace. He's a logical contender. 3-1 on the morning line. Strawberry Treat is up next. 2-time winner at Penn National. Let's watch his most recent start. 2 Life Allowance going 3/4 of a mile on November the 2nd. And he got a good pace set up here. They went 45-1 fast for 2-year-old maidens at Penn National. Strawberry Treat runs them down in the lane. This field has not come back strong just yet. 3 next out runners. None hit the board. Best Buyer speed figure of those 3, 36. Bejuco is the number 9. Bejuco made his career debut at Penn National, and I don't really think he ran that badly. He caught a hot first-time starter that day. The pace was not especially fast, and he ran on okay to finish 3rd. The 5th-place finisher from that race has come back and won a $25,000 maiden claimer at Penn National with a 65 Buyer speed figure. This gelding is all upside. Maybe we'll see a little bit more speed even with the blinkers on. Spendolini was a debut winner on dirt at Penn National. I'm sure the Connections had hopes that he would handle the synthetic last time out. His half-brother is a black-type earner over an all-weather surface. Spendolini last time out just couldn't run with Gordian Knot. Again, maybe that's not his surface. Maybe he's more of a dirt horse. He's another horse with perhaps the right running style for this race and a lot of upside potential. He'll need, though, to utilize that upside. He'll need a Buyer boost. Career best of 49 coming in. Wiesen is up next, 3rd last time out in a maiden race. He is a maiden. He did finish in a race last time out, right behind the runner-up who came back to win a maiden special weight with a 59 Buyer speed figure. So Wiesen has run some solid races. He's a deep closer. He's likely going to be outrun early. He'll try to make a bid in the stretch, maybe to get into the number. He is going to need to improve. And Winning Time, the 12, this is how you like to see debut winners run if you think they're going to be stakes horses. He went right to the front. He is just breezing under the wire. He scores by 11. He wins with an 82 Buyer speed figure. Trainer Kate Tomasi trained the first 2 dams, trained the sire Winchell. It's a family affair for these Connections. If he can run back to that 82 Buyer speed figure, he's very, very dangerous, and he might be able to get to the lead stretching out to 7. It is a big ask. Obviously facing stakes horses stretching out in distance in a fast-paced scenario where he's going to likely need the lead, but this horse has been very, very impressive in those 6 furlongs that we saw last time out. Before we get to my top selection, please click the subscribe button on the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel for the latest DRF video franchises. Top pick time for the Pennsylvania Nursery. I'm curious to see what Winning Time does from post position 12. I expect him to be hustled out of there by Sylvester Gonzalez, and maybe he can get to the front. He's going to have to earn this race, but he was so impressive, as you saw, visually, not only just with that 82 Buyer in his career debut. I'll go with Winning Time in the Pennsylvania Nursery, your DRF race of the day for Tuesday. Good luck.